Hello, I'm Michael Kurland, CEO and co-founder of Branded Group, an award-winning facility maintenance and construction management company that services multi-site commercial properties such as retail, restaurants, healthcare facilities, and educational institutions. Welcome to the Be Better podcast. Each week, I interview thought leaders from a variety of industries who will share their stories and the lessons they learn as they strive to be better for their clients, partners, employees, and their community. Are you ready to be better? Welcome to another episode of the Be Better podcast. I'm your host, Michael Kurland. Today, we are going to try something new. We're kicking off season 3. It's coinciding with our 7-year anniversary. So I am going to do a solo podcast, and we'll see how this goes. So welcome all guinea pigs, and enjoy the ride. So I just wanted to reflect, really, season 3 is about gratitude. And I really wanted to reflect on our 7 years in the business, coming up on our birthday here in another week. And how could I not feel anything but gratitude to make it to 7 years? A lot of businesses don't make it that far. And a lot of businesses during the pandemic haven't survived. So I got to say, I'm very grateful to be in the place that I currently am. We launched Branded Group 7 years ago, and we had that vision to be better. It's our mantra, be better. It's very simple, but it's what's carried us for 7 years. We've accomplished so much. We've grown our business. We've improved our operations. We've given back to the community, secured multiple awards, and we've established ourselves as a leader in the facilities management industry. And one of the things that sets us apart is putting purpose over profit. A lot of other companies, and specifically in our industry, do not make that a priority. So I look back on the Be Better mantra, and I am definitely grateful to John Thomas for. Instead, it's funny, I'm the marketing guy, but I'm giving thanks to John Thomas for actually coining that phrase. So thank you for that. I'm real humbled about what we've accomplished. I can tell you it's not been easy, but it's been worth it. We've faced many challenges during our growth, from, having to man the emergency cell phone to, jobs not getting completed as fast and quickly as we like because we had growing pains. But we've always stayed the course. We've always, fought our way through the challenges and learned more about ourselves and the industry. So, a successful business needs to be profitable, but I've found fostering the relationships is way more important to me, between my customers, my colleagues, and my employees. It's what I'm very grateful for is the relationships, getting to know everyone, getting to build those relationships, getting to meet the people. And, this podcast is, even to take it a step further, brought so many new people into my life that I would have never had the chance to meet, and not just meet, but have a great 40 minute conversation with, and learn new ideas, exchange ideas with. So I'm grateful for having the ability to grow into this podcast and meet all of the people that I've met along the way. Another thing during the last 7 years that I've really grown into and I'm grateful for is empathy and vulnerability. I've learned that letting yourself be vulnerable and transparent gives your team permission to also reciprocate. If I was a hard-nosed CEO, a hard-nosed owner that expected perfection and never showed the error of my ways, it would be Branded Group would be a much different place to work, and probably not where we are today. So I'm thankful that I was able to learn about being vulnerable and learn that empathy was a great thing. I actually said it this morning. I really think it's why I've been so successful in business, is because the fact that I am empathetic. And I do know that when I hear what someone's going through, whether, it may not be as something I agree with, I try to walk in a day or a mile in their shoes and put myself in their place. And, I don't always think I can understand exactly how they're feeling, but I do feel that just changing the mindset and, putting myself in that position at least humbles me to understand that people are going through so many different things on a daily basis that don't have anything to do with work. And when you can start realizing that there's more to life than that, you can start opening up, and people will see when you're open and vulnerable that they'll reciprocate that vulnerability. So, for 2021, I think empathy is the word. We've just been through so much as a society, as a country, as a nation. Um, I think if everyone just added a little bit more empathy to their daily routine, to their thought process, we'd be in a much better place. And you can do that by, volunteering, scheduling more one-on-one time with your connections, or, picking up a tab. I've had a couple things in the past couple of weeks, and maybe it's not quite empathy, but I've been trying to, touch base with almost all my employees via phone call, just to say hello once the new year came. We're about 5 weeks in, and I still haven't made it through, which means we have a lot of employees, but also I still got some work to do. But, and the other day I was getting some Starbucks, and, I get lost in my thoughts and hanging out, ordered my latte, and some guy paid for it in front of me for just no reason, just to, I guess, pay it forward. Right. So anyway, these are little things that you can do to try and raise your emotional intelligence for 2021. And we can all use a little bit of that. I think this makes me a very good CEO owner. And I think, like I said, when your team can see your human side, they can see how things have impacted us. And when you can have those open conversations, and, don't be scared to talk about pandemic and the fact that you don't know what it holds, or civil unrest and how it makes you feel. I think that's helpful to humanize you as a CEO. To some people that are newer to Branded Group, I'm sure I'm still, maybe not an office, but a Zoom call that they're scared to knock on that Zoom door. So, creating that culture that encourages empathy, compassion, and wellness is, I found, makes Branded Group a place where people want to work. The next thing that I'm really grateful for, and the next thing I really want to touch on during this 7-year journey, is self-care and wellness. I am a huge proponent of it. I've hammered it home throughout the podcast. I've hammered it home throughout the 7 years at Branded Group. Life of an entrepreneur is chaotic, long days, lost weekends. Sometimes it's easier to eat that cheeseburger, to drink those extra beers, or whatever your vice may be to comfort your in your downtime. But that all can lead to burnout, and you can't give what you don't have. So when you're running your company 24/7, 365, and you're not making your health a priority, you have to stop and ask yourself the question, what are you running this company for? Is it to be successful? I'm sure we all want to be successful, but is it more so, to have a comfortable life? I think so. That's one of the reasons why I started my own company, was to have my own business, to lead the lifestyle I wanted to lead and be comfortable. So what's the point of working so hard to lead this comfortable, successful life if you aren't around to enjoy it and your loved ones are missing you? So I take it very seriously. My weight, I had a weight loss journey on my way from New York to California, and lost over 50 pounds over the course of a year. I've managed to keep most of that off. I will say Christmas wasn't kind to me, but I can deal with an extra 5 pounds that are going to be shed rather quickly. Also, working out and eating right. These are things that you need. I live by the mantra that there's four things in life that are very important. It's eating right, it's journaling, it's meditating, and it's working out. And if you can do those four things, you should be happy, you should be successful. So we've all been dealing with a lot this past year. I encourage you to make sure that health, if it isn't, is now going to be put to the top of your priority list, and make sure you schedule that time to get that workout in, and make sure you schedule that time to meal prep if that's what makes sure that you don't stop at McDonald's on your lunch break. And make sure you also focus on your mental health. This has been a trying year for a lot of people because they've been isolated. And I can only imagine not being with a loved one for the last 15 months and just kind of locked in your apartment and doing your daily job. And the only connection you really have is a Zoom call. That's going to take its toll. That's some sort of PTSD that you may start experiencing down the road. And, we need to take that seriously. So please make sure you're meditating. Please make sure that you're reaching out. You're having phone calls with your loved ones, your mom, your dad, your sisters, your brothers, your friends. And if you need help and you need to talk to someone, there's nothing wrong with calling a therapist or getting yourself someone to talk to. I've done it numerous times in my life, and I'll definitely do it again. There's no shame in that. So I really am grateful that my health, my wellness, my mental health has been able to be maintained through the last 7 years. The next thing that I'd really like to touch on is giving back. When I launched the business, my vision was clear, and I wanted to create a company that put people and purpose ahead of profit. So in doing so, I aimed to fulfill my passion to give back to my team, my clients, my community, and our Be Better mantra in mind. I set out building an organization that would continually strive for excellence. So this was important. We were making a profit. Even in year one, we made a profit. But I felt empty inside. And you guys, if you've listened to the podcast, you've heard this numerous times in conversations. And I wanted to do more. And the biggest vehicle, the biggest tool I had to facilitate that was Branded Group. So I started the 1-for-1 program, and that was to start donating hours to Habitat for Humanity through our employees through the program for every service call we completed. And it gave everybody a little bit of skin in the game. And so, our vision is to build a conscious business that inspires future humanitarian leaders. And that was a vision that was, devised by myself and my team at the time that we went through the process. So I take that very seriously, and giving back is, when you interview at Brand Group, that giving back is very important to the culture, and it's not going to be so much expected, but it's very much encouraged. And over the last 7 years, we've volunteered over 500 hours to rebuild and restore over 13 Habitat for Humanity homes in Orange County, California, and Suffolk County, New York. And we've also led multiple bi-coastal build projects at these locations on the same day, which are very fun, very proud of those. And in 2019, we distributed almost 7,700 pounds of food and raised more than $2,400 for Second Harvest Food Bank of Orange County. And I think those stats are really important to tell. So I wanted to make sure we touched on them. We also launched our first ever virtual 5K in support of Second Harvest Food Bank of Orange County. And if you guys are interested in learning more about our give back, please check out our initiatives at www.branded-group.com/growing for good. So in closing, I just wanted to say, I really appreciate all of you guys tuning in, listening, making the podcast a part of your weekly. Every CEO knows that he or she would not have achieved success without the support of their team, mentors, friends, and even former managers and coworkers. So I'm extremely grateful for all of those who have played a part in my personal and professional success. Some provided their expertise, others provided support, and others pushed me to step out of my comfort zone and try new things. Over the past 6 years, Branded Group has grown from nearly 2 to over 90 employees in 8 states. We've moved from 900 square feet to over 1,350, which we don't use, but hopefully that day will come when we're back there. I miss all you guys. I miss standing around the water cooler hearing the stories. And urging of the pandemic is now a fully virtual workforce. So our service offerings have expanded to more than 120 clients, and we've created a nationwide vendor network of over 15,000 partners. So I wanted to say thank you to all of our vendor partners, all of our clients, and all of our employees. Anyone that's helped me along the way, you know who you are, mentors and past employers, managers. I know I was probably a handful to deal with, but you had a hand in creating this. So past 7 years have shown me and my team that when we put purpose before profit, we can all be better. And again, thank you to everyone who made this success possible. I'm looking forward to the next 7 years, and I'm looking forward to shaking some of your hands in person in the near future. Till next time. Thank you for tuning in. I hope that today's episode inspired you to become a purpose-driven leader in your career or your community. There's no doubt that when we lead with purpose, we can change lives. If you enjoyed today's show, I'd be grateful if you would take a moment to rate us on your preferred listening platform. To learn more about Branded Group's Be Better experience and how we provide industry-leading, on-demand facility maintenance, construction management, and special project implementation, visit us at www.branded-group.com. Be sure to follow us on social media, and you can also reach out to me directly on LinkedIn. Until next time, be better.